Game day is always fun. I love Super Bowl food. I love making a big batch of wings, etc. But today I'm making a Muhammara style 7-layer dip, which is a red pepper and walnut dip. But I'm also mixing it up a little because I'm going to use white beans and an eggplant mixture to really spice things up. I went to Trader Joe's and I found this eggplant with tomatoes and onions, and I'm gonna use it in this dip. You don't have to, but I think it's really cool that you can, to really develop some layering flavor. So that's what we're gonna do today. I've got the eggplant with tomato and onion. I've got my red pepper Muhammara dip, some Labne, feta, tomatoes and cucumbers that are drying on a paper towel that I will salt right now so that it draws out all the excess moisture. And I've got some olives and white beans. So let's get started. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that alerts button so that you never miss a video. Okay, our first order of business is to make the bottom or first layer of our 7-layer dip. I've got the eggplant and tomato, and I strained off the excess juices because I don't want it to be too wet. And I've kind of mashed it up just a little bit. I'm gonna add the bag of white beans to this. And if you don't buy the bagged kind, it's about 1 can. And I'm gonna give it a little mix. And I've got salt and pepper nearby just in case I need it. And now I'm gonna add harissa, which is a Moroccan hot pepper paste. And some of them are really spicy, some of them are tangy. I'm gonna do about 1 heaping spoon, or about a tablespoon and a half, maybe more. Just adjust it to what you want the flavor to taste like. And I'm gonna really get this all incorporated. I like texture, and this gives us just that. Okay, so I've mixed it up really well. And you want to give it a taste so that you make sure it doesn't need seasoning. It doesn't. It's delicious. I love it. If you've made my Muhammara or you have your own version, this is really the only thing you need to make. We are ready to make our 7-layer dip. I've got my dip plate or bowl. You want something that has a shallow rim to it. And we are gonna start building that 7-layer dip. Start off slow. You don't wanna overwhelm the plate because you've got 6 more layers to go. So I like to start in the middle and kind of fan it out as I go. Okay, so that's my first layer, and now we're ready to move to layer number 2. Okay, layer number 2 is my Muhammara that I've pre-made, and I am going to just spoon it right on top and create a thin layer of that. I am all ready for the 49ers to win this. Sorry guys, if you are a Kansas City fan, don't hate me. Okay, you want to be gentle when you're spreading out the layers so that you don't mix them all up, because you want to be able to see those beautiful layers kind of playing with each other. Okay, onto the Labne. I am going to just spoon this right on top, and this is where you have to be really careful not to mix up the Muhammara with the Labne, because then you'll have a really messy dip, and we don't want that. I'm gonna get an offset spatula because I think it'll help smooth everything out without mixing all the ingredients together. Okay, I have an offset spatula. I'm going to again start from the middle and work my way out, and I want to be really gentle with this. I don't want to mess up my 7-layer dip. And this can take a while, but patience is a virtue, and you'll just have a delicious spread to show off. So I just got, yum, I love Labne, some 7-layer, some of the Muhammara on my spatula. So I wiped it off before I went back and started smoothing this out again. At this point, I've got most of the Labne on here. I'm just putting some in the outer edges so that I can push it to the rim, and it obviously shows all the layers. So you want it mainly not showing, but if some shows, that's okay. You haven't ruined your dip. When in doubt, you can always just cover it with some more Labne. Just get a wet paper towel and just carefully go along the rim and give it a nice cleanup. You don't have to make it perfect. It's the Super Bowl. Men are bashing each other's heads in, so I'm not too worried. On to layer number 4, and that is crumbled feta. I'm putting 2 types of cheeses on here because I want that saltiness of the feta and the tangy and creaminess of the Labne. So I think this is just a beautiful addition to this 7-layer dip. It gives it some really nice texture, and that's it. All right, layer number 5, olives. You cannot have a Middle Eastern dish without olives, and I'm just putting whole Kalamata olives on here, and I'm gonna put them where I think they look the best. And you can dab them on a cloth so that they're not too wet, because you don't want the olive juice getting all over your beautiful dip. All right, layer number 6 is going to be tomatoes and cucumbers. I have my tomatoes and cucumbers, and I am just going to sprinkle them all over my dip. And then I have red and gold tomatoes. Boom. We're down to our last layer, and that is some herbs. And I think herbs really tie this entire dish together. Look how pretty it is. It's just gonna be that much prettier with a little bit of mint, basil, and cilantro. We use lots of herbs in our cooking, and we also use them a lot in our salads. This is kind of like a combo of both, and I think they'll just go perfect with this dip. So don't skimp on the herbs. You don't have to use all of them, but I would definitely get either mint or some cilantro to really tie this whole dip together, okay? I went ahead and picked the baby leaves just because they're prettier. Even at Super Bowl, you need to have pretty looking dishes. When something looks more appealing, usually the taste is also just as appealing. I'm not gonna tell you how much to put on here. Don't go crazy with the herbs. You don't wanna overpower your dish, but just get enough on there just to really make it that much more flavorful. I am actually going to leave the cilantro off because the leaves are too big, and I really, really love how this looks. How beautiful is this dip? It's gorgeous. I really love it. And that's our 7-layer Mediterranean or Middle Eastern dip. And I'm gonna show you how we are going to plate it. It looks really beautiful. And I don't know if you can see those layers, but it really is gorgeous, and I bet it's going to taste so delicious. It's time to serve our 7-layer dip, and I am just going to put it on this wooden board and dump some chips on the plate. These are Pita Chips. Don't be stingy. Put them all on the plate to really give it that beautiful, abundant look. I'm gonna spread them out, leave no room. You can also serve this with vegetables, tortilla chips, anything you want, but I think pita chips are a non-negotiable. Get them on the plate and go ahead and serve this to all your friends for Super Bowl or any other party that you have that you think this would make a great addition to the party table. I love it. I think it's fresh, delicious, hearty, and it gives the satisfaction of everything you want: salty, savory, and a hint of sweetness. So enjoy, and make sure you subscribe to my page and click that alerts button so you are the first to know. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.